talking me?
PlayStation and the PS5 and Spider-Man. You know,
Or Spider-Man.
I saw the little leak or whatever that they had of the remastered version of Spider-Man, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but something was different. I don't know if anybody else noticed it. Did you guys notice what was different about it?
Complete new actor, right?
Yeah, so they completely
new
switched.
new face. Yeah.
They completely switched to Spider-Man, and you know, like off top, like it doesn't really matter to me. I kind of thought that the original Peter Parker for it looked a tad aged for what they have been recently depicting Spider-Man as, and you think they'd follow suit, but he seemed like he would be a bit more seasoned with it, you know, a little bit more developed in his life than being like an intern or whatever.
Right.
But this PS5 update, for one, like the characters and the graphics look amazing. Like they look really good. You know, the faces were clear, like it was crystal clear, the lighting, all that stuff looked amazing. And then the Peter Parker looked like he looked like he should be an intern. You know, at this point, you know what I mean? He looked young. He looked like, you know, he's, you know, fresh into college, and, you know, and he's trying to get his bearings into the, you know, into that tech world or whatever. So, the fact that they changed it is kind of weird. Like I could see if they just changed like the face and they kept the voices, but you recasted it. So it kind of
Well,
makes
you know
me
why they
wonder,
did that, right? Well, the reason they gave.
No, why?
The reason why they changed his face is because the person who voices Peter Parker in the game is not the facial actor. It's someone named Yuri Lowenthal, and he's the actual voice of Peter Parker in the game.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to find someone who had a similar face to his, because he does all the voice acting. You know, he's like the actor.
Yeah.
He does all the acting in the game.
So does
similar.
he do the actual physical acting?
Yeah, he does the physical acting and the voice.
Right.
So they wanted to find someone that had a more similar face to his because of all these improvements they're making to the character models and stuff, like the facial animations and emotions.
Right.
The original imagery they have wasn't working as well for the new PS5 variant.
Yeah.
So that's the reason they gave.
Okay.
But it is interesting how similar he looks to Tom Holland, right?
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of people were thinking that
younger
was the
pill and
reason.
whatnot, yeah.
But Insomniac, because it was kind of going around like wildfire, you know, this controversy of like, oh, they changed the actor to look like Tom Holland. The creative director of Insomniac came out and said, no, we didn't do it for that reason. We did it for fidelity reasons, because we wanted someone that we could match the voice actor to much better for all the character models and facial features, right? So that makes sense. That's good. That's a good thing, I think. You know,
kind of sucks for the original actor,
it
right?
does suck
he's not
a little
gonna
bit
get
for the
that
original
bread
actor.
for that, you know, for the sales of that title. But you know,
sure.
I guess it is what it is. At least he was Spider-Man, right, on the PS4. That's forever. I still got that game, so I'm forever gonna have that. So he's gonna forever on the PS4 version. He's gonna be that character. But yeah. So I mean, but I like the way the kid looked. He looked a little bit more.
Did it bother you?
In line? It didn't. It didn't really matter to me. It kind of made me want to play it again on the PS5 version in a sense. Yeah, because it's like, you know, I already know how the lines were given to me, the facial features, the acting, you know, in the PS4 version. So to have somebody totally do it, it kind of brings me back to Destiny. When they had
the ghost voice
had
changed?
the who's the guy that was in Game of Thrones?
Oh,
I forgot what his name was.
Dinklage, Peter
Dinklage.
Yeah.
So he had done the voice acting for the Ghost, and then people weren't really feeling it. So then you got Christopher Nolan. Not Christopher Nolan. What is the dude's name? It's Nolan something, right?
It's the guy from Joel from Last of Us 2, right? He does the same voice.
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's
wait,
not
I don't
Joel.
know who they got.
He's a well-known voice actor, and he did Drake.
Yeah, I thought it was the
But
same
I
guy.
can't
that did
remember
Joel,
his. I can't remember his name. Yeah, if you guys know in the comments, man, I'm totally having a brain fart. Put it in the comments, to let us know. But yeah, so that actor, the same guy who did Nathan Drake, for the other the PlayStation games for Uncharted, he was the one that then took the role on as the Ghost, and he kind of gave the Ghost a lot more personality, and it was cool for Peter to, you know, be like, oh, you know, I recognize his voice and stuff like that, and for him to have that. But yeah, it kind of made the Ghost this like from this like inanimate floating object that's just kind of like whatever talking to having like a lot more character. And it made it, you know, made the ghost a tad bit more lovable or whatever after the guy was changed.
Right.
So I'm interested to see, you know, some of the gameplay footage or whatever to see if I kind of like, you know, how he was portrayed and whatnot in this version, this PS5 version of the game. So it's making me kind of want to be like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll probably get that $70 version now. I'll pay the 20 and I'll have both games.
I know, right?
And I'll get a new Spider-Man on top of that, you know, and see how that
So
goes.
having never played it, Mark, what do you think?
So I didn't get the backlash at all. It made no sense for me why everyone online was bashing it, from my perspective, because it seemed like to me the new Spider-Man looks way better. The other face looked off to me. The new one looks more refined, more pleasing, and I thought it was Tom Holland at first. So I looked it up, and everyone was saying, "Oh, it looks too young. It looks like a 15-year-old. It looks like Tom Holland."
That's
I was like,
though.
and I
young.
googled
Kid.
and I googled how old is Tom Holland. Oh, he's 24. So how old is this character supposed to be? And it said 23. So I was like, age matches up. I mean, he can't help it if he has a baby face, but it's actually not Tom Holland, based on what you were saying, because I was confused.
It didn't really look like Tom Holland to me.
There was a little similar.
That's what
it was
everything
similar.
online was saying.
Yeah, it looked similar to me.
I was confused. Yeah, but you shared that information, so that makes a lot of sense. So to me, it's just a graphical improvement, and that's a thumbs up for me.
I wouldn't even understand, like, why wouldn't you just pay the money and get Tom Holland to do the voice
Well,
acting?
I mean, that's the first thought I had too. It's
put
like
it in the same
I saw that picture, like, oh snap, they dropped some money for this PS5 version.
I love you, me.